I'm Lynn, and today I'm going to talk about the Beatles. Always a popular topic out there, and a lot went on with the band during their time. So someone had asked me about the documentary Get Back and some of the things that were going on with that. So before I get started, please go in and hit the like button. It really helps me out, and it helps to grow the psychic focus community. All right, the question. With the release of the documentary Get Back, the Beatles are again in the forefront of many people's minds. You've done several blog readings, which, yes, as well as private ones for this person regarding the death and replacement of Paul McCartney in 1966. In the past, a few years leading up to the Get Back documentary, there seems to have been big media propaganda campaign pushing the current Paul forward with reminiscing about the early Beatle days and so on. I'm wondering if you could look into this whole subject again and get a read on what is going on exactly. Perhaps touch upon why the original Paul died and the perpetrators. Was it CIA? Was it M15? Or, who is behind all this? As well as why the other Beatles seem to accept the replacement with very little question. And Get Back, there is certainly tension in the group and clues dropped by George and John about the real situation. But they also seem to have a lot of fun. Would really appreciate you sorting this out a bit. Thanks. So, and this person's right. I have done readings because this is a popular topic. People are curious about it. It's a big part of history with regard to music, especially in generations that are still celebrating and following this music. So I wanted to include a couple of those readings at the bottom of this post. So go to my blog. At the bottom of my blog, on this posting that's dealing with the Beatles, I have a couple links that go into more detail about different readings I've done. And some of them go back clear to, I think, 2015. So definitely check that out. I do get that it was someone with money and influence in Hollywood that helped to instigate and facilitate all of the happenings behind this big, switcheroo and the big dupery that they did. Paul did not like the direction that the music was going, and it had something to do I got a couple things with the frequency, and it was like comparing 442 to 432 hertz, and maybe something else was going on, but regardless, there was like a very odd, maybe undertone that music was taking that he didn't like it. He also didn't like the subliminal messaging that was tied to it as well, and he didn't want to participate in it any longer. He pondered going out and doing his own thing, or maybe changing it up, doing something different. And the powers that were, they didn't want the group diluted, and they didn't want Paul talking too much or deflecting from what it is that they were doing, because they were literally shifting music because it was one of the ways to tap into people, hit a mass audience, and seep into the subconscious minds of people that were listening to it. The other people in the band, they hated this, and I got that they were scared. They didn't want to be replaced or have something happen to one of their loved ones. And a lot of fear was behind and impacted the way that this played out, and this big dupe that actually went on. They made the most of the situation, and at times they seemed to have fun. And other times the reality of what was going on would really sink in, and it became apparent to those that observed. You can tell by how someone's coming across or how they're coming across to you that something's going on in their mind, or maybe they're distracted, maybe they're in thought, or maybe their actions are just telling you something's off. I get at times they were able to suppress it, have fun, go with the flow, but then other times it was very heavy. They didn't like it, but they also felt really forced into the situation that they were in. Overall, very sad situation, and one of the many times the government and the powers that were pulled one over on the people. Just another notch that they have against, powers that were one, people zero kind of a deal. They really pulled one off with this. And that's all I have for this reading. Again, you might want to check out some of my earlier readings that I listed below. They were fun, and a lot of good conversation that happened after that. So check out the comment area of the readings as well. I will leave you with that. Again, I'm Lynn with Psychic Focus at psychicfocus.blogspot.com. Thank you. Bye.